and welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Joanna Ruminska and I'm a fashion and portrait photographer. In today's video I will be showing you my process of retouching and editing my images. So basically what I do after a photo shoot, how the whole process looks like. This is like a bit of tutorial but not too much because I will be showing you guys what I will be using. However, I'm not going to go too much into details with the things. If someone would like to see a full tutorial, I am more than happy to make one, although I am not a really good teacher because sometimes I don't know how to explain things to someone. I know how to do them, but I don't know if I'm good at explaining to someone else how to do it. But anyway, I don't mind trying, whatever. Let's get started with this video. Okay, so I'm in front of my computer now. I've got two screens, usually because I like to watch things in the background when I work. So this screen is usually for things that I watch or listen to, or sometimes for like tutorials whenever I watch tutorials. In this video I will be using my mouse for the retouch because I will be using frequency separation, and I've learned how to do frequency separation with my mouse. I do have a graphic tablet. Hold on. Yeah, I do have a graphic tablet which I have been using in the past few weeks. However, I just got so used to using the mouse when I do frequency separation that I find it easier. So the graphic tablet that I use for now is learning to do dodge and burn, which maybe one day I will do a tutorial on, but at the moment I suck at it and I'm still learning it. Basically, editing one image takes me about a whole day, but I will talk about this some other day. So yeah, anyway, for this video I will be using the mouse and obviously Photoshop. I will be using one of the images that I've taken back in August last year. This screen is where you can't really see this one, but this screen here, okay, I'm gonna drop this in a minute. Anyway, this screen here is where I have my Photoshop open, so that's what I will be using. I need glasses as well because I'm blind, my eyes get tired, so I will put my glasses on now. Let's start editing. Okay guys, so now we're moving into Photoshop and I've opened this picture that I will be using. So like I said, I've done this picture last year, August. So whoever's watching this, you're actually seeing this exclusively because I haven't published them anywhere yet. As always, first in Photoshop we have camera raw, where I can work on the pictures. Like basically if they were overexposed or underexposed, I can also brighten them up or put the brightness down. But here I'm just going to try and get rid of the highlights here. So what I'll be using is the highlights. So I'll leave the shadows. Brighten it up a little bit. Okay, maybe I'll do bring the shadows up a little bit. So these are my settings. I put the exposure a little bit up. I took the highlights to -90, shadows to 38, whites to -20. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of clarity, and I usually add a 5+5 and leave it as that. So I'm going to open the image now in Photoshop. Okay, so the image is in Photoshop, and first thing that I will be doing is using frequency separation, which I have it saved as an action. You can make this yourself. But just to make my life a bit easier, I just have it saved as an action. So because I'm lazy, guys, at the end of the day I don't have time to do the layers all over again. So I zoom in on her face and I take away the texture layer. So we're gonna be working on the skin layer. What I like to do sometimes is to duplicate this, because if you mess up, all you have to do is just delete the skin copy layer. So I will be, hold on, I need to make this smaller. So I'm using the healing brush tool. With Alt, you select the layer of the skin you want to copy on the other. So then you just as you can see, just go over it. And I also like to switch, so just to see what I need to get rid of, which are blemishes and which are not. So like this, we don't want to get rid of the birthmarks, we just want to get rid of like blemishes here, there's one here, here, the little bit of hair as well. Okay, so let's do this. It's also good to check what you have done. So I got rid of this dark shadow here a little bit. You need to be so careful with this because you can overdo it. Sometimes I just go crazy with this, especially that you're working on a layer that is so blurred out that you can't really see. So it's very important for you guys to keep checking and selecting the different skin parts, because obviously where it's darker here, that means this is the contour that was done, right? So we don't want to get rid of that. However, like dark shadows here, I tend to want to get rid of it. It does really annoy me. So anyway, looks good so far. You guys need to make sure that you're selecting the correct skin tone, because okay, let's do an example. If I select this white lines here and start going here, as you can see, it created like a white skin color here. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, so you need to be careful, because sometimes you can make a bit of mess on the pictures. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So what I'm gonna do is just try and get rid of the little blemishes of her face. So let's start with this one. With this you need to be careful because the texture can disappear. So yeah, you need to be very careful with this one. I think for this kind of thing would be very good to know how to use dodge and bend. However, like I mentioned before, I am still currently learning how to use that, so I'm not going to try because it would take me a whole day. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm definitely happy with this. Okay, so we've done face retouch, but now we need to also take care of the skin. There's not much to be done here. However, I still like to add something here, so I'm going to name this as a body retouch, just so we know where we are. So I will just retouch her body a little bit. There's not much I have to do here anyway. Yeah, but there are some spots here to remove. So again, we're getting rid of the texture layer. We've got the healing brush tool. I'm gonna make it slightly bigger. Okay, I am happy with this. So at the moment we're gonna leave the frequency separation out. What I want to get rid of is this little piece of hair and this one. I'm gonna do a new layer, sample all layers, and basically use spot healing brush tool for this. So I'm gonna zoom in and I'm gonna try and get rid of this. Now what I will be doing is I like to brighten under the light eye a little bit, and also I am going to colors her skin and so everything matches, so I'll show you how to do that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to new layer, curves, and I'm gonna bring that layer quite up, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Then I'm gonna do Ctrl I to invert the layer. Now I'm gonna be using a brush tool, and I'm going to change the flow a little bit lower. Let's do 24, and you want to make sure that the foreground color is set to the white one, because you're basically coloring on a black layer. Okay, so this is too much. Okay, so I'm going actually to change the flow lower because this is too much. I know it looks very white, but we will fix this in a minute. So why do I do this? I'm going to make a new layer, change the layer to color. Now I'm going to sample a color from here, change the flow. Yeah, it should be like that. Okay. Maybe opacity. Okay, so I'm just coloring under her eyes. Gizmo! I'm sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. I don't know why, but he's crying. Okay, so as you can see, I fixed that a little bit. So it's just that's what I like to do with the pictures. Let's see if I can color in the rest. I'm gonna do the new layer again and do color, and I'm just gonna do this here for the body. The reason why I make a new layer is because just in case if I mess up here something, I just rather delete this layer and start over than delete the whole layer and start over with everything else. What we can do, we can also brighten her hair a little bit. And again, I'm gonna do another empty layer, change it to color. Move it to the hand and color the hand a little bit. I am actually going to put this all in a group. So Ctrl and G. We can name this as skin color ring. Okay. What I will also want to do, I will probably want to highlight the features that you can see, like so her nose, a little bit of her forehead, just here on cheekbones, a little bit here, and maybe a little bit on top of the lips, but not too much. So what I will do, again, I will go to curves layer and make it bright. Then you want to do Ctrl I, invert, and just color it. So I want to change the opacity, I think lower actually, maybe even the flow to like 10%. It's not much difference, just a little bit, because like I said, we don't want to overdo it. I would also use this curve layer to basically bring up her eyes, so I'm just to be safe, I'd rather have another layer. And we'll do it again. Yeah, I think that's good. We can also just a little bit of stroke, just highlight the makeup here. But you don't want to change too much of the makeup, because obviously the makeup artist has worked really hard to get this effect, so we don't want to mess it up. But you can always add like extra shine to it. Okay, so this is all what I would do when it comes to skin retouching, really. Now we're going to do color grading. So let me put this in a folder again. And now let's start with color grading. So let's do a new folder called color grading. And this is the part I hate because I don't have my own style yet. When it comes to color grading, I always like to explore with it, whatever suits the picture. Okay, I don't want to edit this too much because I even like this the way it is already. Maybe let's start with curves. Just a little bit up, I guess, not too much, and a little bit down. Okay, I feel like this is too much. Actually, it's not that bad. I like it. I like to also use a selective color tool. Let's see, I like to go to neutrals and just play here with this. I also like to use sometimes the photo. I mean, actually, I like to, like I said, with me, I don't know, I like to play with the pictures a lot. So I'm gonna try a solid color maybe. Let's go for a brownish color. Let's see how that's gonna look like. So we're gonna do overlay. I've added the solid color layer. Yeah, solid color layer. Done it to overlay. I changed the opacity to 10. This is how it's before and after at the moment. Yeah, I think I like this. Like this year, I'm trying to keep the retouching as simple as possible. I like this. It's a bit. We brought a little bit of more of contrast. Maybe we can try a little bit more. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it as that because I don't wanna overdo it. And like I said, I'm trying to keep the editing quite natural and simple. I don't want my pictures to be too like over edited. I'm also going to put all of this in a group and basically show you before and after now. So this is before and this is the final image. Before and final image. I don't know, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, what you think of this edit. Although now I'm seeing that. Okay, I'm now noticing that her face is a bit darker to the rest of her body, but maybe I'm panicking a little bit. But I want to try something, so I'm gonna go to curves and I'm going to bring the curve thingy down. Also, I need to remove that for now. Now I'm gonna do again Ctrl and I. I'm gonna use the brush tool and I'm going to see if we can match this a little bit. Yeah, so like you see, I just made the rest of her body a bit darker so it matches her face. I'm really sorry, but sometimes when you like editing, you have to go back and change something. This is why you work on so many layers. Like you can see, this is the layers we have been working on today. Yeah, it's quite a lot of them, but now I am more happy with the outcome of this image. I'm seeing this now as well. Okay guys, this is starting to be very funny, but gonna see if I can do something about this. This is why editing images takes me so long always, because after I add color grading, I'm starting to see different issues with the pictures, so I am happy with this. Again, this is before, and here we go after, before, and after, before, and after. This is a tip, guys, for you. I don't know if anyone else does this, but if you don't do it, I recommend you to start doing that. What I like to do is save it as a Photoshop file first, so whenever I want to go back and change something, because sometimes I notice afterwards that, you know, I don't like the color or something like this, so instead of me starting again with the whole image, I just save this in a folder. I've got a folder called PS, which is Photoshop. When I finish, I just do flatten image. What I do is copy this image, go to filter, other, high pass, and basically what I do is, you can use any radius you want. I sometimes maybe lower, so I will use 1.8 radius, and then I will do hard light, and basically what that did, it made the picture sharper. So before and after. Actually, this is a little bit too much, so I'm going to 50. Yeah, here we go. So this is how I sharpen my images, and I always do this trick at the end. So this is how my photo editing and retouching looks like. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I've been doing frequency separation for over a year now, and now I'm also learning dodge and bend. When it comes to color grading, like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm still practicing, but this year I did promise myself to keep it more natural, so maybe just add a bit of contrast, you know, and not go too much over the board with the whole coloring and that. So yeah, I'm trying to keep it more simple this year, and that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions or suggestions for the next video, please leave them down below in the comment section. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.